Hello and welcome everybody to the fourth project showcase in our initiative دعم الخريجين. This initiative, presented by Saudi Data Community, aims to highlight the work of our community members via showcasing their graduation projects. In particular, we are focusing on projects which employ data science or machine learning. The goals that we wish to achieve in this initiative are first to highlight data science and AI projects, also to showcase students' efforts and to enable them to share their experiences and their stories, also to present said projects to various sectors for the purpose of finding support for our community members. We also wish to encourage and educate prospective graduate students and to motivate them to delve into topics such as data science and machine learning. Last but not least, we wish to enrich the community with good material and substantial knowledge in the field of data science. In this initiative, we are targeting recent graduates, in particular those who have worked on technical projects that employ data science and or artificial intelligence. We would like to thank our golden partner Quant for data and analytics and our strategic partner, the Education Statistics Center and Decision Support. Our project for today is titled Credit Risk Assessment System. This project aims to calculate credit risk based on a borrower's ability to repay a debt using data mining classification techniques. Our presenter for today is Rawan Al-Fateh. Welcome, Rawan.
Hello, Athir. How are you? Fine.
Hi, Rawan. I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. How are you?
Great. Rawan here has studied information technology in the University of Khartoum in Sudan, and she will be walking us through their graduation project that she and her team have worked on. The stage is yours, Rawan. Go ahead.
Okay, thank you. Bismillah. My name is Rawan from Technology Department. I am talk today about our project, Credit Risk Assessment System. Okay, our project is our project credit assessment system is about the way of assessing borrowers when they request lending should be accurate and test all factors that affect the decision to grant a loan. However, the traditional process of evaluating the borrower is slow, not effective, inaccurate to identify problems related to make decision about grant loans and to study current manual ways to assessment borrowers or creditworthiness. To compare those techniques and come up with the best technique, use it in credit assessment model. Last, to create a system for end user linked that credit assessment model. Next, the beneficiaries of the system. Most important benefits are going to the banks and loan companies, as default rate of borrowers will be reduced when they use the system. The finance officials, the system it make it easier for them to make a decision in evaluating customer and giving the loan. For companies and borrowers, some of them are eligible to get the loan, but as a result of analysis from one perspective, the traditional way, they don't get a loan and vice versa. Now we see the importance of the system to those. The software we use it in this project are Rapid Miner. We use it to build the models and compare experiments. It's more easy. and it has a user interface. Excel, also we use Excel to collect and modify the data set. And last we use Anaconda and its Jupyter notebook to build the model from the best experience we are result from RabbitMiner to the model. The methodology used in project has 5 phases. Phase number 1 is the problem identification. All banks use judgmental way to evaluate the credit risk. As a result of that, grant decision may not be free from biasing, and some cases may be inaccurate or wrong grant decision. In addition to that, manual loan granting process steps may take minimum 2 weeks and it's a long time. Next phase is data collection. The data set are from Sudanese bank. It contains 963 record and 20 attributes. The features are demographic and financial. The demographic is information about the customer, for example, his gender, his age. And the financial information is about financing and loan values, like for example, the approved credit amount. In the beginning we use, and second we make data transformation for the artificial neural network technique that we use because it can accept the category attribute. So we use dummy operator to transform the categorical attribute into numerical tape. Next, we make feature selection. Is the process of selecting subset of relevant feature. Here we use two technique: information gain and chi-squared statistic. In information gain, this operator calculates the relevance of attributes based on information gain and assign weights to them accordingly. In chi, in the second calculating for each attribute of the input example set the value of chi-squared statistic with respect to the class attribute. Last, the data balancing. In the data as mentioned above, the number of non-defaulters are greater than the defaulters. To solve the imbalance data, here we have increased the number of defaulters to be equal to non-defaulters using smooth upsampling operator in RabbitMiner. All the data collection phase was made in RabbitMiner. Next phase is model implementation. We respectively we use three techniques, uh, three type of techniques: data mining, classification technique, and validation techniques, and sampling techniques respectively. The data mining techniques, classification technique, we use artificial neural network, decision tree, and random forest. These techniques are mostly used in credit scoring. We use it in RabbitMiner and Python to validation techniques. Two validation techniques: cross validation. Here, the initial data are randomly partitioned into two false, each of approximately equal size. So training and testing are performed k times. In the split validation, holdout, we divide the given data into two independent sets, a training set and test set, typically 2 over 3. In the sampling technique, We use three types of sampling: linear, shuffled, and stratified. The linear, it divides the example set into partition without changing the order of example set, the same order. But the shuffled, it creates a new shuffled example set. Also stratified, it ensures that the class distribution is in the subset is the same as the all example set. Next phase is model evaluation. The criteria we use to evaluate are accuracy, precision, type 1 error, and type 2 error. These criteria, these criteria are used to evaluate the performance of proposed credit scoring model. Next phase is model visualization. We select the most accuracy or high accuracy model that that result from the experiments and link it and implement it to the system. We use Python 3.8 to that. Okay. In the implementation, there were 9 experiments were conducted in this project. Split validation and tenfold cross validation techniques were used in all experiments respectively. Accuracy, precision, type 1 and type 2 errors were used to evaluate the performance of credit scoring model. The Kai's artificial neural network model was programmed in Python using Keras, which is one of most powerful Python libraries for developing and evaluating deep learning models. After model is programmed, it linked to the user interface, which also created using Python and Tkinter. The linking between the model and user interface was the most challenging. It done by save the model as .h5 extension and import it in the user interface main code. Okay. The system, are two pictures here, the flow chart of the system and the main user interface, the main system user interface. In the flow chart, as you see, the system consists of user interface and it linked with data mining model. There is a direct form of communication where there is no intermediate between the user and the model. The user interface is the link between the user and the model. It task, it's tasked to collect information from the users. The information is then sent to the model where it is used to generate result of customer status. Next, the interface, the main interface. The system make its result based only on the pattern that we discovered from our models. The loan officer can determine customer if he defaulter or not by take the customer information like his name, gender, marital status, financial duration, purpose of credit, and enter it to the system and submit it. Then the system will respond with the status of the customer if he will be possibly defaulter or not defaulter. Okay, that is our system. In the future, we recommend to using other classification techniques such as support vector machine, case-based reasoning, and rough set, as well as using other alternatives of experiments to improve the performance of the proposed models. These models are not based on biased data. We recommend here that to find a data set has lower bias and a data set has more example in it. In order to evaluate this system, they have to be implemented in real life banks and comparing the result of the models with a user-friendly interface. The staff first is me, Rowan Fateh, then my friend Sarah, and Rawan Matar, and the project is under Dr. Iman Kampal, our teacher in University of Khartoum. Thank you.
Mashallah, Rawan, wonderful work. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
This project will surely be of great use to banks and loan companies, as you said. And I think this idea employs machine learning uh, very effectively. You have done a wonderful job.
Thank you.
If you allow me, Rowan, as you know, part of why this initiative took place is so that we can help motivate students who are still deciding on ideas for their graduation projects. As someone who have worked on such a great project that employs data science and machine learning, how knowledgeable were you about this field? Would you say that you knew enough before you started working on this project? Or was it an experience where you were learning as you were working?
Um, in my previous school years, there were no knowledge of data science or artificial neural network or there was no knowledge of data science. So we were learning while working on the project. And I think it's an excellent way to learn and apply directly.
I agree with you. Would you recommend other people to dive into this field as well? Do you have any advice to give them based on your experience?
It's a desire for the field that determines whether a person should dive into the field or not. With my modest knowledge in the field, I recommend continuous learning and the application of what has been studied continuously because it's the main factor in success.
So you think if someone is passionate about it, they will be good at it, inshallah. Mm. So one more question. Uh, this experience as a whole, how would you describe it? And if you had the chance to go back, is there anything that you would do differently?
If I get the chance, I will learn more and study and apply many techniques more, as there is always something new in world of data science.
Are there any last words that you would like to add?
I want to like to thank the global data community to provide this wonderful opportunity to show to view our project.
Oh, thank you so much for your participation and
Thank
for
you
your
for that.
time. We truly wish you the best in the future.
And you too.
Thank you, Ron, and thank you to
Thank you, Asif.
everyone who joined us. We'll see you tomorrow, inshallah, with another project showcase. Uh, Thank you, everyone, and goodbye.